in any profession, in any career stream, you can earn really high, provided you choose that career stream basis your passion areas. So once you select the stream basis your passion area, you must think of the money. You must think how you can grow fast in life, how you can grow fast and get higher salaries. You should think about that, but only after selecting the right career stream. Agar before selecting the right career stream, you start thinking in terms of money, you will get manipulated. Welcome, and very good afternoon. I welcome you all to this session. My name is Satyam Khandelwal, and I will be your mentor for today. And as a part of the weekly mentorship session series that we have launched, brought to you by Buddy4study, we will be covering one interesting topic. एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक जो करियर ग्रोथ एंड करियर चॉइस से रिलेटेड है, we'll be covering every week. This week, this Sunday, the topic is choosing your career the right way. Right? Choose the career option the right way. अब ये किसके लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है? ये सारे उन लोगों के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है जो शायद क्लास 10th, क्लास 12th में और अपना करियर चूज करने की तरफ बढ़ रहे हैं, या जो कॉलेज में है और जो ये फील करते हैं कि उन्होंने अभी भी अपना सही करियर आइडेंटिफाई नहीं किया है, ग्रेजुएट्स हैं, इवन वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल्स हैं, जिनको ये चेक करना है कि क्या जो करियर उन्होंने चूज किया है वो उनके लिए सही है, क्या वो सही फिट है, एंड अगर वो थोड़ा भी ये फील करते हैं कि उनके लिए वो करियर ऑप्शन सही फिट नहीं है, तो कौन सा प्रोसेस फॉलो करके वो अपने करियर ऑप्शन की तरफ बढ़ सकते हैं, राइट? सही करियर ऑप्शन की तरफ बढ़ सकते हैं. सो before I start with the session, the people who are attending live, of course this will be a recorded session, it will go to different portals, but those who are attending live, can I just get a confirmation on whether I am audible and visible both? You can use the chat box and just type yes. Just type yes in the chat box if I am audible to you. अगर आप मुझे सुन सकते हैं and आप मुझे देख भी सकते हैं, please type yes in the chat box. So loud and clear. Just type loud and clear. Am I loud as well as clear? Please type loud and clear in the chat box. Perfect. Awesome. Great. So guys, career choice एक बहुत ही पॉपुलर सब्जेक्ट है, बहुत ही पॉपुलर कॉन्सेप्ट है, एंड जैसे जैसे टाइम आगे बढ़ रहा है, जैसे जैसे दुनिया आगे बढ़ रही है, जैसे जैसे नंबर ऑफ करियर ऑप्शंस बढ़ रहे हैं, वैसे वैसे द प्रोसेस ऑफ करियर चॉइस कॉम्प्लेक्स होता जा रहा है. कंफ्यूजन स्टूडेंट्स के माइंड में, यंग प्रोफेशनल के माइंड में बढ़ती जा रही है कि कैसे हम सही करियर ऑप्शन चूज करें, राइट? सो इसलिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है कि आपके पास एक प्रोसेस हो जो आप फॉलो कर सके, एंड उस प्रोसेस को फॉलो करके एटलीस्ट सही करियर ऑप्शन आइडेंटिफाई कर सके, द राइट फिट फॉर यू. यू शुड हैव अ प्रोसेस विच यू कैन यूज टू आइडेंटिफाई द राइट करियर फिट फॉर यू, एंड दैट इज द एग्जैक्ट प्रोसेस दैट वील बी टेलिंग यू इन दिस पर्टिकुलर session, right? Let me just share my screen here so that we can interact both visibly and audibly with audio visuals. Yeah. So in today's session, which is about choose your career the right way, first of all, is my screen visible to you? Can you just type yes in the chat box? If my slide is visible to you, please type yes in the chat box. Can I get a yes in the chat box? Perfect. So this is what we'll be discussing in a crisp way in today's session. Of course, we'll come out with detailed sessions on how to take it step by step. But the process, the framework is what we'll be discussing today, right? How can you start the process, start the thought process of choosing the right career for yourself or choosing the best career fit for yourself? Two things. We will be discussing two things. Of course, you would know the process, you will have to follow the process. But before that, कोई भी प्रोसेस तब तक काम का नहीं है अगर आप उसको सही assumptions के साथ फॉलो नहीं कर रहे. If your assumptions are wrong, if your beliefs are wrong, then no process in the world can help you. So it is very important to first set the right beliefs, set the right assumptions. And unfortunately, in today's world, I keep on interacting with a lot of students. So as a part of my career coaching journey, I have trained over 5,000 students across colleges, across B schools, across companies. And I strongly feel that there are some really strong myths. When I say myths, I mean wrong assumptions. There are some really strong myths that are prevailing among students as well as professionals. Let's try to bust those myths first. Myth number one, I'll try to be as simple as possible. Myth number one. There is nothing called the scope of a course. What do I mean by this? If anybody is assuming that course A has a huge scope and course B does not have any scope, then you are following a myth. If you think career in law has a huge scope and career in engineering does not have any scope, then you are wrongly assuming. You are following a myth and you will be in trouble later. Which also brings me to the point that there cannot, no two courses can be compared with each other. No two courses. You cannot compare course A with course B. That is not how it works. Because the moment you start comparing, the entire possibility of you selecting the right career is in the hands of a coaching institute or maybe a university or an institute that is advertising a particular course. For example, if you go to someone who is coaching for MBA entrance and you ask which course has the best scope, will he tell you law or engineering or medical or mass communication or design or hospitality, anything like that? No, he'll say MBA. Vice versa, if you go to any person who is coaching or counseling for engineering courses, and if you ask him which course is the best, of course he'll say engineering, right? Don't go this way. You do not need to compare courses. It is all about which course suits you the best. What is the best course for you, right? This is how it should be done. Now, the next myth. Career streams that fetch more money should be opted. Again a myth. So I'm writing myths, that's why I'll just remove the negations. Scope of a course is a myth. Comparing two courses is a myth. Career streams that fetch more money should be opted. Okay, YouTubers are earning a lot. Marine engineers are earning a lot. Okay, doctors are earning a lot. We should go for that course. No. What is the reality? People in each stream, whatever career stream you can think of, people in all those streams are earning really, really well. And there are a lot of people who are struggling in the same career stream. There are YouTubers who are making money. There are YouTubers who are struggling. There are marine engineers who are making money. There are marine engineers who are struggling. There are lawyers who are making money. There are lawyers who are struggling. There are hotel managers who are making money. There are hotel managers who are struggling. It will go for all the goals. There are MBAs who are making money and there are MBAs who are struggling. You cannot attach prosperity or money or higher salaries with a particular career. It does not work that way. So if you are thinking this way, immediately stop. That is again a myth. Right? Now I'll come to little more advanced myths now, which will require some maturity to understand. Okay. Sorry. So the people who are attending live, if you have any question, please just keep it noted, just to ensure the smoothness of the session. At the end of the session, we'll spend good 10-15 minutes just for answering your queries. We won't leave any of the queries unanswered, so you please just keep the queries noted. We'll come back to the questions. Right? So next myth is career selection is an event and happens once in a lifetime. Okay, so I'll just have to ask before explaining this. The people who are attending live, can you tell me in the chat box which age group do you belong to? What is your age group? 16, 17, 20, 22? What's the age group? So that I can explain this to you in a much better way. Tell me your age in the chat box. Perfect. So, career selection is an event and happens once in a lifetime. That is the myth. Career selection is not an event. Though in India it has been made a glorified event that class 10th पास हो गई, अब कौन सा सब्जेक्ट लेना है, class 12th पास आउट हो गए, अब कौन सा कोर्स लेना है, ग्रेजुएशन हो गई है, अब कौन सी जॉब करना है. It's not that way. Career selection is a process that you need to follow throughout your lifetime. You will have to keep revisiting it. The process that we will discuss today, the framework that we will discuss today, is something that you need to revisit every now and then. Because today there are a lot of engineers who are working in management, who are working in media, who have become YouTubers, entrepreneurs, analysts and whatnot. There are a lot of doctors who have left this field and they have started working on their own dreams. There are CAs who are working as marketers. So anything can happen. So when you're selecting a career option, when you're choosing a particular career option, you don't need to think like this is the first and the last time you're selecting a career option and there is no turning back. It's not like that. You follow the process. Whatever comes out to be the best choice after following the process, you go for that. And even if you need to revisit later, it is very much possible. You don't need to worry about that. Right? That brings me to the last myth that we'll be discussing today, which is once selected, you cannot change or shift the career stream. It's not like that. It's never like that. I have met a lot of successful people to analyze, to formulate this process, and almost every one of them have shifted like 4 to 5 careers in their lifetime. You talk about successful businessmen, you talk about successful experts, content creators, YouTubers, entrepreneurs working in different fields, successful MBAs, successful CAs, doctors. They have tried different things in the past. And that's why you don't need to worry if you find yourself in a situation where you think that whatever you chose is not the right fit for you. That's okay. There are ways where you can follow to shift. Right? There are a lot more myths, but I think whatever I have spoken with these 5 myths, that will lay down the base with which you can understand what kind of thought process you should have while selecting career. Don't compare courses. Don't attach money to specific courses. It's not about one course gives more money and the other course gives less money. It's not like that. Career selection is not an event. It's a process which you need to keep doing it throughout your lifetime. And there is huge possibilities of shifting or tweaking your career options. So maintain your thought process like this. Don't be deceived by the myths. And then you come to the process. right? And understand it carefully. Should we start the process? Just type BIO in the chat box. BIO is bring it on. Should we start with the process? Type BIO in the chat box. BIO is bring it on. BIO. Type BIO in the chat box so that I know that you want to understand the process. Perfect. Let's start with the process. We'll simplify whatever you need to do, whether you are in class 10th and selecting career course, class 12th and selecting courses. So class 10th you select streams, class 12th you select courses, graduation you select which kind of specialization, which field you want to work in, and so on. Let's just divide the entire process into 3 simple steps. The first one being internal analysis. The second one being external analysis. And the third one is bridging. Right? I repeat, with the right assumptions, with the right thought process, you need to follow these 3 steps. Internal analysis, external analysis, and the bridging. Now, what are these steps and how do we follow them? Number 1, what do I mean by internal analysis? Internal analysis is nothing but analyzing yourself. Everything that has to do with yourself. Nobody else can tell you this. People can help you. Counselors like us, coaches like us can talk to you, can understand what do you think, what you know, what you don't know, and then help you analyzing yourself. But this is something that you have to do yourself. Nobody else knows you better than you. Maybe since you don't follow the process, you would think, how would I do this? But if you sit down properly and follow this process, you can. What is to be analyzed? 2 very important things are to be analyzed. Interests and strengths. What are interests and what are strengths and how do they differ? Sorry. Interest is everything that you like doing. Everything that you like doing, whether it is your subjects, whether it is your hobbies, whether it is the activities that you do at school, at home, at college, whatever. Everything that you like doing. Strengths is everything that you are good at, which you are skilled at. So understand the difference clearly. Interest is everything that you like doing or pursuing. It can be subjects like mathematics, it can be subjects like physics, it can be English, or activities like public speaking, essay writing, poetry, singing, sports, anything that you like doing, irrespective of the results. If you enjoy the process of doing something, that becomes your interest areas. Strengths, anything that you are skilled at. Anything that you are skilled at. Sorry. Okay. When you analyze yourself in the internal analysis process, what do? You make a list of all subjects, all activities, anything that you think can fall into one of these 2 categories. So how do you do that? I'll just show that to you. Suppose you make a table. You can make a table with hand or on your computer, whatever. That does not matter, right? Now you need to have 3 columns in that table. Now one column will have fields which can be your subjects, which can be your activities, which can be your hobbies, whatever. The other column will say interest. The next column will say strength. Fields में let's say you write subjects से start करते हैं, whatever you can remember. Some things that you cannot remember, of course वो आपके interest और strength में तो आएगा भी नहीं. You can say maths, you can say physics, you can say, just example, right? English. Activities में you can say maybe arts, or you can say debates, or anything that you can write. You can make a list of 5 or 7 or 10 or even more. That does not matter. But don't make a forced list. आप जबरदस्ती याद कर करके लिखोगे तो वो चीजें आएंगी जो मैटर नहीं करती. Whatever is in the top of your mind, that is what you like the most, right? So the subjects that are at the top of your mind, the activities that are at the top of your mind, things that you do constantly, you like doing, you write that. Maths. Is it something that you like doing? Yes, write yes. If no, write no. Is it something that you are good at? Do you score well in maths? Do you find it easy? Yes, write yes. If no, write no. There can be things that you like doing. For example, English. You like reading, but you cannot score good in English. Not your strength. You are good in terms of debates, but you don't like it that much. So interest may no, strength may yes. This is how you will make the entire table. And wherever there are yeses, or there is yes in both the columns, you will mark that. You will mark that as red, green, whatever you want to mark. So here for an example, maths में दोनों में yes आया है. हो सकता है नीचे किसी और चीज में भी दोनों में yes आया है. Some more subjects, some more activities, right? Some more hobbies में आपके दोनों interest और strength में yes आ रहा है. Whatever it is, whether it is maths, let's say it is debates, and let's say it is arts, you just keep noting it down. That is what internal analysis means. And once you are done with internal analysis, you should have a list of subjects and a list of activities that are your interest areas as well as your strength areas. The point where interest and strength coincides, जहां पे interest और strength दोनों coincide करता है, that is the point where your passion lies. And that is the purpose of internal analysis, to identify your passion area or areas. Excuse me for a second, I'll just have some water. Yeah, sorry for the break. Winters and all, my throat is not supporting me that much, but nevertheless. So that's what. Internal analysis, the basic objective is to identify your passion area or areas. How to identify that? I've just told you. A simple table with all the subjects that are on the top of your mind that you have studied in the past, all the activities that you regularly do, academic, non-academic, curricular, extracurricular, co-curricular, whatever activities. Just keep on ticking the interest and the strength column. There may be 2, 3 or maximum 4 activities where both interest and strength column coincides. And that is the list of subject and activities you should keep as the result of internal analysis. Now, what is external analysis? External analysis is nothing but analyzing the trends outside. What do I mean by analyzing the trends outside? Now, if you just go about analyzing whatever career streams are available outside, you will identify, you will come to know that there are probably more than 40,000 career options that are available to a class 12 student today. A class 12 student, if he wants to pick a career or she wants to pick a career, you have more than 40,000 options. If you just go out identifying which career to choose, you'll have to go through 40,000 times. That does not make sense, right? And that is why internal analysis first, because that limits, that structures your search for career options, for career streams. And once you know what subjects you like and activities you like, it becomes real easy. Because in external analysis, you explore courses related to your area of interest and strengths. First step में जो areas identify हुए हैं, suppose the areas are like maths and statistics, you will just look for courses or career options which require maths and statistics and also require analytics, which is one of your interest or strength areas. And there will be multiple, maybe 8, 10, 12 courses which you would find which are related to your interest and strength areas. Right? You might also, the second step of external analysis. So first step is to explore courses, explore career streams. You might find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 career streams which are based on your interest and strength areas. The second step is to talk to people who are working in these fields. So there is one thing, analyzing and exploring yourself. Now, when you explore yourself, you are exposed to all kinds of information. You are prone to being manipulated, because बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि online जो information भी है वो भी थोड़ी सी biased होती है towards courses, towards universities, towards career streams. Now, when you explore, you take everything, you take all the knowledge, you understand what are the career options. But the best shot that you will have in understanding a particular career option is only by talking to the person who is already in that field. Suppose after doing internal analysis and identifying your interest and strength areas, you understood that, okay, these are the courses that I should explore about. You come out with 5-6 courses which may be related to, let's say, mass communication, journalism, public relations, etc. Now, the second step that you must do before finalizing your choice is talk to a person who is working in mass communication. Talk to an RJ, talk to a content developer, talk to a person who is working in newspaper, talk to a PR expert, public relations expert. Whatever is the field that you have identified, talk to people. And this takes time. And you need to give time to this. That is why I'm saying career choice cannot be glorified just as an event. It is a process. Internal analysis आप बैठ के कर सकते हो because वो अंदर झांकना है. You have to look inside. External analysis, even if we limit the scope, you need to talk to people and you need some time for that. Because without talking to people who are doing the same stuff, doing that particular thing, you won't be able to get a hand on how that field is, how that career stream is. And then you identify the final bucket of career streams. It could be like 1, 2, or maybe 3 careers as well, or 3 courses as well, right? You might also, you want to go for, let's say, law as well as design. Both options you find that are interesting. You talk to a lawyer, you talk to a designer, both excites you. So let's say, more often than not, 90% of the time you will boil down to one career option after external analysis, after following these steps. But let's say you do not. Let's say you are still down with 2 or 3 choices maybe. What then? Nothing. You start looking for the bridging. What is bridging? Internal analysis, you understood what you know, what you like, what you are good at. External analysis, you understood basis your passion areas, what are the career options that are available. You talk to people, you understood that these are the career options that you are getting excited about. Now, how to reach from here to there, how to bridge the internal to the external. That is, what are the courses, what are the skills that you need to attain, what are the criteria for admission, entrances maybe, etc. All these things. Once you go through this, you will identify कि अगर आपके पास 2 या 3 में confusion भी थी, you would understand कि भाई 2-3 तो ऐसे जिसके लिए आप eligible ही नहीं हो या you cannot do, and there would be 1 or maximum 2 courses that you would want to go for with the entrance and admission process, etc. You go for both. अगर एक आता है तो एक, अगर 2 आते हैं, you go for both, because if you are not able to decide among the 2 choices, let the process decide. Let the entrance procedures or admission process decide what are you good at, what are you best for. And that is how you select a particular career option. You can use this process when you pass 10th and choose a stream. You can use this process when you pass 12th and choose a course. You can use this process even while you are in graduation and want to know which field you want to go for. This is the framework of right career choice, choosing your career the right way. If you analyze this closely, internal analysis is nothing but self-awareness, which is probably the most important skill that is required in the industry today. Even in the industry, everybody is saying this, everybody. This is self-awareness. External analysis is nothing but research. You need to understand कि अगर किसी चीज के बारे में पता करना है तो कैसे पता करेंगे, क्या बैठे रहोगे या पता करोगे. And bridging is nothing but the how, process. And trust me, this is the key. Once you are through this, the process becomes easier here and real easy here. Because trust me, if you just want to know कि भाई अगर आपको मरीन इंजीनियरिंग करनी है तो कैसे करनी है, अगर आपको स्टैटिस्टिक्स ऑनर्स करना है तो कैसे करना है, अगर आपको फाइनेंशियल एनालिस्ट बनना है तो कैसे बनना है, हजारों वीडियोस यूट्यूब में ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल है, हजारों साइट्स है जो आपको बता देंगी. दैट कंटेंट इज ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल देयर. एनालाइजिंग योरसेल्फ, द इंटरनल डायनामिक्स इज द की. उसमें आपको टाइम लगेगा. एंड देन रिसर्चिंग अबाउट कि जो आप इंटरनल प्रोसेस, जो आपका इंटरनल पैशन एरियाज है, उसके बेसिस पे एक्सटर्नली क्या क्या ट्रेंड्स अवेलेबल है, क्या क्या अपॉर्चुनिटीज अवेलेबल है. इनिशियली आपको टाइम ज्यादा लगेगा, कॉम्प्लिकेटेड होगा, बट एक बार वो हो गया एक्सटर्नल जाने में तो भी इजियर है. एंड हाउ तो बहुत ईजी है. दिस स्टेप इज लाइक रियल इजी इफ यू डू दीज 2 स्टेप्स करेक्टली. दैट इज द प्रोसेस ऑफ राइट career selection. I hope you understood this. I need to understand from you whether this was a bulb on movement. Bulb on movement मतलब जब यहाँ पे कोई बत्ती जलती है. Was this a bulb on movement? Type bulb on in the chat box. Please type bulb on in the chat box if this was a bulb on movement. Type bulb on in the chat box, please. Was this a bulb on movement? Bulb on. Type bulb on in the chat box. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you got some value from this particular session. And as promised, we'll move to the Q&A. Now you can unmute yourself and ask questions. Over to you guys. Any questions? Darshan, Sashwat, you can unmute and ask.
Sir, how we can prepare for UPSC after class 12th?
Okay. Okay, Sashwat, so your question is simple. So if you have already decided that you want to go for public service, you want to go for UPSC, the only thing that you need to do is follow the right process. What is the process? For appearing for UPSC, the minimum eligibility is you need to be a graduate first. तो आपको graduation करना तो compulsory है. And if you want to be a graduate and you want to appear for UPSC, it's ऐसे तो UPSC का there is no constraint कि आपको कौन सी फील्ड में ग्रेजुएशन करना है. इंजीनियर्स कैन गो फॉर यूपीएससी, बैचलर ऑफ आर्ट्स कैन गो फॉर यूपीएससी, बीएससी ग्रेजुएट्स कैन गो फॉर यूपीएससी, डॉक्टर्स, इंजीनियर्स, एमबीएस, एनीबडी कैन गो फॉर यूपीएससी. सो इफ यू वांट टू, if you have already selected a career option for yourself, then you can complete that, and from the second year or pre-final year you can start preparing for UPSC, right? If you have not found the right course for you and all the focus is just on UPSC, then the right graduation might be BA, whether history or political science or psychology, whatever you want to take, just go for a BA graduation, because there will be a commonality in the syllabus of UPSC and the BA degree, right? So that is how you go ahead, Sashwat. Is it clear?
Thank you, sir.
Perfect. Darshan, your question. Sashwat, you can mute. Darshan, question from you. Hi Darshan, any question from you? Okay, then okay, you can also type your question, Darshan. If you're not able to ask, you can just type your question on the chat box. We'll answer that. Okay, in that case, I think we can conclude the session. And it was, yeah.
Sir, you said we should not select like based on course, based on how much money or salary we get from that course. But for some of us, like we belong to very poor family. So in that case, we should think on that how much money or salary that we can get from that course.
Yeah, Darshan, I get your point. So I'm saying you should not compare courses in terms of how much salary you get. For example, if you say, while you are selecting a course, if you just read somewhere that lawyers earn more than CAs, or if you learn somewhere that let's say radio jockeys earn a lot more than engineers, and following that, if you are opting for becoming radio jockeys, then that's a foolish thing, because it does not happen that way. In any profession you can earn a lot. In any profession, in any career stream, you can earn really high, provided you choose that career stream basis your passion areas. So once you select the stream basis your passion area, you must think of the money. You must think how you can grow fast in life, how you can grow fast and get higher salaries. You should think about that, but only after selecting the right career stream. Before selecting the right career stream, you start thinking in terms of money, you will get manipulated. Are you getting my point, Darshan?
Yes, sir.
So was your question answered?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Any other question, Darshan or Sashwat?
No, sir. Thank you, sir.
Perfect. I hope you got a lot of value from this particular session. Was this useful?
Yes, sir. It was very useful.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We'll keep bringing such sessions in the future as well. Probably every Sunday. So for the next Sunday, the topic and the theme will be communicated shortly on the Buddy4study website. And we will look forward to host you and the other students again. Till then, keep learning, keep exploring. All the best.